Does healing your gut sound complicated, restrictive, and even maybe impossible? Well, here's the truth. You don't need a prescription, expensive supplements, or a retreat in the mountains to start healing your gut. You can start doing so with your next bite of food. I'm Michele Spring. I'm an autoimmune health and life coach, and I have Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, and celiac disease. And for years, I struggled with weight gain and intense exhaustion, losing my hair, and all kinds of symptoms. But healing my gut was actually the turning point that reversed all of those symptoms and helped me to feel better. Now I help others do the same. In the last video, we talked about why gut health is the foundation for reversing autoimmune symptoms. Today, I'm going to walk you through the how. Just the simple steps that you can start to take that will help heal your gut and help your body and immune system and all of the inflammation to start to calm down. Every time you eat, your gut has a choice. Either break down food smoothly so that your body can absorb nutrients, or let food particles and proteins to slip through your gut lining and trigger an inflammatory and immune response. And that's why changing what and how you eat can be so powerful. By removing triggers and adding healing foods, you can give your gut a chance to repair, inflammation to calm down, and your energy a chance to return. So the first step is actually not to just pay attention to what you eat, it's how you eat. If you're rushing or stressed or scrolling on your phone, your body's most likely in some form of fight or flight, which means you're not in rest and digest. So your digestion is somewhat turned off. This doesn't give you the best chance of absorbing nutrients from your food and of breaking all that food down. To help with this, before you eat, pause for a moment. Take some deep breaths. Allow your body to become centered and more into that rest and digest mode. Then put your fork down in between bites. Slow down. It may sound really simple and ridiculous, but it can make such a difference. Next, chew your food thoroughly. Digestion actually starts in your mouth. And when food arrives in your stomach in huge pieces, it's so much harder to break down later. If you're struggling with major gut issues, then things like blended soups and smoothies or mashed vegetables, things like that can be very helpful. These give your body a head start. The food is kind of pre-digested in a way, so it doesn't have to do as much work later. Then comes removing inflammatory foods. These are the things that most often trigger gut damage, inflammation, and the immune response. So things like sugary drinks, processed foods, seed oils and trans fats, artificial sweeteners, and for those with Hashimoto's, things like gluten and dairy can be especially problematic as well. For some people, you may notice that things like eggs or nightshades, seeds or nuts, any of these things could potentially be a problem. And I'll explain how to figure that out in a minute. I'm also not saying you can never have these foods again. But if your body is screaming for relief, then taking a break from these foods is the quickest way of stopping pouring gasoline on the fire. When you remove problematic foods, you also want to add in some healing foods as well. Things that are going to give you a lot of nutrients. Things like colorful veggies and leafy greens. Fruits in their whole forms, not necessarily fruit juice, but fruits that have the fiber in the pulp. Healthy fats like coconut, avocado, and olive oil. And clean proteins like meat and seafood. These foods don't just feed you, they help to repair the gut lining and also give your body the building blocks it needs to heal. Now, here's a big one that can really help. Doing an elimination diet. The ones I really love are Paleo and AIP, but to a certain extent, gluten-free, dairy-free can help as well. Are they required? No, not at all. But I do believe it is the fastest and most accurate way to figure out food triggers and to give your gut a true reset. By removing the most common foods for about 4 to 6 weeks and then reintroducing them one by one, you can really figure out what you react to. Unfortunately, food intolerance tests aren't very reliable, especially if you do have a damaged and leaky gut. But your body's own response is the most accurate way of determining this, and it's the gold standard for doing so. For many people, this is the difference between years of guessing and finally feeling better. And here's the part I really want you to know. This doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to flip your whole diet overnight. Start with one change. Maybe ditch soda if it's a regular thing in your life, or include more vegetables into your diet. Every small step helps your gut to repair. And if you're ready for faster relief, that's where an elimination diet can really help you. But either way, you're going in the right direction. Healing your gut isn't about being all perfect. It's about creating an environment in your body that will finally calm inflammation, absorb nutrients, and allow your thyroid hormones to do their job. And when that happens, symptoms like the fatigue and the brain fog and even the weight gain start to ease. Because I think AIP, or the Autoimmune Protocol, is such a helpful elimination diet, in the next video, I'm going to give an overview, like a 101 kind of style video about this particular protocol. It's the one that I used when I was at the height of my worst Hashimoto's flare in 2014, and it reversed all of my symptoms. And it's one that I use with the majority of my clients because it works so well. I want to give you all of the basics of this particular protocol so that way you can see what it looks like and decide if it's the correct path for you. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video. And in the meantime, if you want to go deeper and have not already downloaded my free Hashimoto's and hypothyroid cheat sheet, I will put the link in the description below so that you can get that. It's everything that I wish I had known when I got diagnosed, and I really think it's very helpful. So go ahead and download that, and otherwise I will see you next week.